So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen. And in today's video, we are finally kicking off the historic rebuilds. We are in the LeBron era, and we have the Miami Heat. So if you didn't know, the LeBron era is one of the new eras they brought into this year's 2K. And yeah, it starts at the beginning of the 2010-2011 season. Obviously, LeBron's first year in Miami. So by no means is this the most challenging rebuild to kick off kind of these historic throwback rebuilds. But I thought might as well. You know, it's the LeBron era. We got to go ahead and rebuild the team LeBron is on. So obviously our goal today is to get a couple championships here in Miami. Obviously, real life, this team won 2. While LeBron was there, our goal, let's see if we can maybe win 3. And as always, let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. Obviously, we can do a ton of these teams in the LeBron era. There's obviously all the eras from last year as well. So if you guys want me to do any of those teams in those eras, just let me know down below in the comment section, along with any other video ideas. But yeah, man, obviously we got a lot to live up to today. This team in real life won, what, 2 championships together? So we got to see if we can even get 1 before we do get 3. Let's get into this one. So let's quickly dive into this roster and kind of go over it. Obviously, in real life, this team didn't actually win the finals in LeBron's first year in Miami. They lost to the Dallas Mavericks. That was Dirk's first and only championship, but we're technically a few years away. There's still some work to do. Let's start out here at the point guard spot. So Mario Chalmers is here. He's 24 years old at a 75 overall. I don't know what's going to happen with him in terms of progression. 24 is still a relatively young age. Maybe there's some things we can do there, maybe not. We'll kind of take it year by year with him. We have Eddie House here, Celtics legend Eddie House, NBA champion with the Celtics, Eddie House. Let's see. That's 7 points a game here, yeah. We'll see. It's not a bad backup point guard option for here for year 1. Carlos Arroyo. I feel like that's not a name I've heard in a while, but yeah, he's here. He's a depth piece. The shooting guard spot, obviously one of the best shooting guards in NBA history here in Dwayne Wade. He's only 28 years old. I'm very excited to help kind of have him here on this team today. Mike Miller, absolute sniper from beyond the arc. Every time I think of Mike Miller, I just think of him like draining a 3 with only 1 shoe on. I don't know why. It's just stuck in my head. But he's a 76 overall. He's 30. He's a good rotation piece. Obviously, King James, he's here. This is going to be year 1 here in Miami after, you know, announcing his decision. And yeah, I mean, he's only 25 at a 97 overall. James Jones is here, another good 3-point shooter. And then we have Jerry Stackhouse, who is 35 at this time. We'll see what we end up doing with him in terms of maybe just a depth piece, whatever. Chris Bosh, who I stand by this statement to this day, just so unfortunate how his career kind of got cut short due to injuries, man. It's shitty, it is. But obviously not going anywhere. You got Udonis Haslem here, who actually just retired in real life, as crazy as that is to think about. Juwan Howard is here as well. He's 37. And the center spot's a little weak. No disrespect to Big Z. He's not going to be my center for 3 years. He's a 75 overall at 35 years old. Just not going to cut it for me. Joel Anthony and then Jamal McGuire here as well. So there's definitely some interesting pieces on this team. Obviously, outside of the big 3, there's nobody that I'm, kind of truly in love with on this team. But I'm not going to go ahead and trade everybody. That's just kind of stupid. But we will be making some moves, maybe something kind of minor before year 1 starts. And then we'll obviously get into it more in the offseason. But let's get into some of those trades. Our first trade here is going to come with the Chicago Bulls, and it's actually a pretty decently sized trade. We're going to be sending Carlos Arroyo and Big Z over to Chicago, and Taj Gibson and a 2011 first-round pick are going to be coming back here to Miami. So you might be asking yourself, why are you adding another power forward to this team? And you will see why in just a second. It's because I actually went ahead and checked, and Chris Bosh, who is basically 7 feet tall, you move him to center, that overall doesn't change. So we're just going to play Chris Bosh at the 5, and then we're going to have one of Haslem or newly acquired Taj Gibson probably start at our 4. Not going to change anything too much, but I do think Bosh is a perfectly fine center for especially this point in the NBA. So very excited to have Bosh kind of take over here. Joel Anthony, who is on a 5-year contract for $15 million total. Kind of crazy, but he's definitely a good enough kind of backup, at least for year 1. But a 5-year deal, was he really on a 5-year deal in my that's kind of crazy to think about. But nonetheless, at this point in time, obviously our point guard spot you could maybe consider a little weak, but this team is still really talented, and I still do think Mario Chalmers is really good. So other than that, at this point in time, if there's any value out there for somebody like Jerry Stackhouse, who's just not going to play for me, like, wow, the Bucks want to give me a first-round pick in 2015. The Celtics willing to give me a first. Again, Jerry Stackhouse, especially at 35 years old, he's really not going to see much time for me today. So in terms of who I think could possibly give us the best draft pick here, I mean, I'm seeing a lot. Not the Spurs or the Thunder. These teams were good at this point in time. Minnesota, how good were they? But I do have to give a second. Yeah, I mean, any of these offers is fine. I mean, maybe even the Bucks. I think the Bucks probably, do they stink? This team probably stinks. All right, well, let's take an unprotected first in 2015. I mean, again, it was just for Jerry Stackhouse. He wasn't necessarily going to be playing for me. And then the same thing here with Jamal McGuire. Let's just see. McGuire. Oh, my God, I cannot speak. He's a 71. I doubt there's really any offers for any firsts. But I will definitely entertain anything if I am seeing anything, which I am really not, unfortunately. Anybody else here? Like, anybody want Juwan Howard? Like, again, these guys are all, good and, have some legacies on the table, but, like, I don't need them, unfortunately. And, just the rebuild side of me says I should probably take a first-round pick. So 2015 from Orlando. Who's this other one from? This is 2013 from Memphis. Let's do that. That's a good deal. All right, we're done with the trades. I don't want to blow up this roster too much. Let's go ahead and set the rotation. It's year one for us here in Miami, and the rotation is finalized. There really shouldn't be many major surprises at the point guard spot. Mario Chalmers, Dwayne Wade obviously playing next to him. LeBron here at the 3, and then I was just going to start whoever the game really wanted me to. I mean, obviously Haslam is a higher overall than newly acquired Taj Gibson at this point, but maybe based off potential, there's a little something there with Gibson, but game wants Haslam in there. He is going to be starting for me. And then obviously move Chris Bosh to the 5. He'll take over as our new starting center. Bench is okay. It's definitely something we can work on throughout this video, but not a bad starting point, especially for year one. So James Jones, newly acquired Taj Gibson. We got Mike Miller here, Eddie House, and Joel Anthony. So again, it's not terrible, kind of 6 through 10. Definitely could use some work, but this starting 5, I mean, it's just an absolute god squad. It's kind of the simplest way to say it. And yeah, man, 10-man rotation here under Eric Spoelstra, would be a little bit younger at this point in time. I don't know what year that picture's from, but nonetheless, this team is obviously just an absolute wagon, is the simplest way to describe it. And I kind of fully expect to be in the finals. So let's see if we can rewrite some NBA history. I'll see you guys at the end of year one. The first season is officially come to an end, and what a way to end it. LeBron James winning MVP here in year one. We finished with a record of 69-13. Nice. Obviously one of the better record in NBA history. But yeah, man, obviously tremendous regular season. And this year in real life, they didn't actually win the finals. So let's see if that can be just a little bit different. Blake Griffin is your rookie of the year. He is a member of the Clippers. I don't know how, because he was 2009? Yeah, he was first overall pick in 2009 and then was injured his entire rookie season, correct? I don't know. I don't think I have revisionist history there. Manu Ginobili, 6th man of the year. Dwight Howard is your DPOY. Serge Ibaka, most improved. Spoelstra does win coach of the year, which is obviously awesome. All right, so let's take a look at some things right now. Starting out with the standings, it's a safe assumption we're the 1 seed here. You have the Celtics here at 62 wins. Definitely not a bad year for them. I couldn't imagine winning 62 games and being a 2 seed. That just must be so just infuriating almost. Let's take a look at the stats on the year. See how everybody played. LeBron obviously led us in scoring. He was also the MVP of the league. We had Dwayne Wade around 24 points a game. Chris Bosh 20 and 10. I mean, it's just insane. Now there is a pretty substantial fall off after that in terms of points, but that's kind of as expected when you have a 3-headed monster like these three. Just absolutely insane. So obviously at this point in time, there's no plan. We do have the New Jersey Nets here in round 1. You got Devin Harris, Anthony Morrow, Quentin Ross, Derek Favors, Brooke Lopez. You got Chris Kardashian off the bench, Jordan Farmar. God, these are names this is like my childhood right here. It's just so fucking awesome seeing some of these names again. We do sweep. I mean, that was pretty much expected. And moving on to the second round here, we got the Atlanta Hawks. We have Jeff Teague, ISO Joe, we got Josh Smith, Al Horford, Eaton Thomas, Jamal Crawford. So is Paul Millsap not here yet? Was Paul Millsap was Paul Millsap on another team before Atlanta? I don't know. I'm going way too far into my memory bank right now. But again, this team is good. I just think we're a whole lot better. We're up 3-1. Make that 3-2. Okay. And we do advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. And it is us and the Celtics. So Rondo, Ray Allen, Pierce, Garnett. You got Perkins, Shaq, Jermaine O'Neal, Glenn Davis. That's a lot of big men off the bench. Obviously, KG, Pierce, Ray Allen are a little bit older at this time. They won their ring in 2008. And Rondo's here. He's 25. But nonetheless, a challenging series. Not an easy final matchup here in the East at all. We are 2-2 right now with Boston. We actually go down 3-2. We force a game 7, and we win that game 7. And so we're taking on the Spurs. Real life, they faced the Spurs in 13 and 14. Won 13, lost 14. And this Spurs team is still very, very good, no matter which way you kind of spin it. And there's really not a lot of things to say besides this team is absolutely freaking wild. Kawhi's the 2011 draft class, so he'll be coming up. Obviously, he's not here yet, but the Spurs team is definitely still a challenge, but I'd like to beat them here in year one and capture that championship. So we go up 3-2. Can we close them out on their own floor and give LeBron his first ring? Ooh, baby, this is not a good one. We might be having a game 7 back in Miami. Okay, we're battling back a little bit. Oh my God, it's a 2-point game. Holy shit. All right, I'll try to hop in, do something. I make no promises. We are down 2 with 56 seconds left to go. I don't know if they did it intentionally, but is that like the scoreboard from NBA 2K11 or something? Or it looks very familiar, but Let's go. We're down to, we have LeBron James here. Just blow by Tim Duncan. Oh my God. Holy shit. That was a little bit unnecessary for only tying up game 6 of the finals. Like, I feel like you probably could have just dunked it. Would have the same effect. But, oh my God, man. We got to try to do something here that's a little bit crazy because I am not good at this game. I'm sure you all know that at this point. And I do not want to let, the Spurs win this game because anything can happen in game 7. So let's try to not let Tony Parker here, who definitely has a little bit of a mismatch on Mario Chalmers. Tony Parker is one of the more underrated point guards, in my opinion, all time. Misses that. He blows the layup. Oh my God, there's 24 seconds left on the shot clock. Let me do my thing here. Here's what we're going to do. Get the hell out of my way and let me just bully Manu to the basket. Get out of my way, Taj. It's not that hard. Okay, we're going to count down the clock a little bit. We're going to give it some time. LeBron, blow by him. No way. No way. That's going in. That's going in, baby. 7.4. Timeout, San Antonio. Oh, my God. We have no fouls to give. That's definitely something to keep in mind here. But, dude, just absolutely insane. I'm not sure what a defensive lineup would look like. Like, I'm just curious. Like, what does defense look like? It puts in Joel Anthony over Chris Bosh. I'm not going to do that right now. That just doesn't feel smart to me. Yeah, I mean, Gibson, I feel like Haslam might even... Really? I don't know. I'm just going to keep the starters in the game. That's fine. 7.5 seconds is definitely not a ton of time, but it is still definitely some time. So we got to be careful here. They're going to give it into Richard Jefferson. Oh, my God, I blew it. I blew it. Okay, that's my fault. I was trying to steal the ball. I don't know why I was trying to do that. And, yeah, to nobody's surprise, I fucked that up. So... Game actually took a timeout for me automatically. That's fine. I was going to take one no matter what. Let's just make sure the starters stay in the game. And we got basically 4 seconds on the clock to try to win LeBron his first championship ever. So I'm going to be... Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. 2-1 LeBron. Championship! Oh my God. Oh my God. This dude is unbelievable. And that is ring number 1 for LeBron. We rewrite NBA history and we get it done in year 1. Holy shit. As I mentioned, history is changing. We finally get LeBron that coveted ring, and it is in Miami. Now, obviously, his first championship was in Miami anyways, but year before, maybe he could have 5 rings in real life at this point instead of 4. I don't know. Let's get into the offseason. Obviously, a pretty crazy year, and now heading into a pretty important offseason. Shaq, Juwan Howard, Jason Kidd. I mean, these are a lot of legends up here kind of calling in a career. A couple of those guys we actually traded. Hall of Fame inductees, Shaq, Jason Kidd. Really no surprises. Jersey retirements. Ben Wallace is a Hall of Famer. That's dumb. Okay, cool. Adopt an incremental luxury tax. That means you just go over. You got to pay more, whatever it is. I don't know, but yeah, it's fine. Cool. So let's hit the draft lottery right now. And I know we're not going to have a lottery pick, so let's just sim through it. This is the 2011 draft class. The Timberwolves, the Milwaukee Bucks, the Kings, the Wizards, and then the Raptors. So staff signing, want to make sure Spoelstra's still here. He's obviously not going anywhere. He's at this point right now, even he's one of the best head coaches, if not the best in all of basketball. So we have the 24th overall pick from the Chicago Bulls. We don't have our own first. We also have 3 in round 2 from Minnesota. I mean, maybe we can move up a little bit. I mean, looking at this draft class, Kawhi, Kyrie, Kemba Walker, Klay Thompson. It's a very talented class. You got Jimmy Butler down here. I completely forgot about that. So there are definitely some things we could do. I don't know. I mean, should we try to go out and get Kyrie? I mean, if we go out and get Kyrie, that would just be maybe a little bit over the top, but it would be awesome to see LeBron and Kyrie maybe play together just a little bit earlier in Miami instead of Cleveland this time. Could we do that? Maybe even Kemba Walker? I mean, there are options. It's just going to cost a lot, and I don't know if I have the assets. Like, who's under contract right now? I mean, these 4 are. I don't really want to trade any of them. I could maybe move Miller, Eddie House, Joel Anthony. I mean, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go. Let's try. We just literally do not have the assets to go out and get, like, the first overall pick, which is really unfortunate. There's no other players here I'd really want to trade. I mean, I could hypothetically, like, maybe throw in Udonis Haslem, but I don't really want to do that. I kind of want to keep Udonis Haslem. So that's the first overall pick. Minnesota did have it. I forget. Who has the second overall pick? It's the Bucks. I don't know if the Bucks will take this. I'm just trying to, like, get as high up as I possibly can. Because I want to... Oh, wow, that actually went through. So here's to hoping that Minnesota does not take Kyrie Irving. Thank God. They take Kawhi Leonard, which means Kyrie Irving and LeBron are going to play together. It is just going to be a little bit earlier than it was in real life and on a different team. We also do have 24. I think we could actually draft somebody at number 24 and, maybe get somebody that could be beneficial for this team. So let's go ahead and actually use that draft pick. I mean, if there's any real players there, that'd obviously be great. You got like a Bismack Biyombo here, Markieff Morris. I mean, these are real players that actually, had some pretty good NBA careers, or still are for some of them. You got Davis Bertans here. If I'm thinking maybe need, I think Bismack Biyombo might be my guy. I think that's probably a smart pick. So let's pick up Bismack Biyombo. Welcome to the Miami Heat. Obviously, Kyrie Irving coming in here. Bismack's actually 75. Somebody at number 24 overall. That's a steal. Gibson's going to be coming back here. Let's look at qualifying. I'll qualify Mario Chalmers. He's now going to be my backup point guard, but he's still a good piece to have coming off the bench for me. So, pretty okay free agency class. I mean, Carmelo Anthony here would be fun. I just know we have absolutely no money. So let's look at the rest of this bench right now. I'm obviously going to go ahead and bring back Chalmers, so him and Kyrie. I do need to find myself a new backup shooting guard and small forward. And, yeah, let's just figure it out at this point. We also could go 9-man rotation. That wouldn't be the end of the world. Jason Richardson is here. OJ Mayo was a fucking bucket before, like, being suspended permanently, or indefinitely, I guess would be a better word for the NBA. He was. I mean, is this Landry Fields? Oh, my God. I'm going to fuck it. I want OJ Mayo. Give me OJ Mayo. He's a stud. James Jones is just 30, maybe a little bit old at this point, and OJ Mayo is just, I like OJ. All right, so welcome here to the team, OJ Mayo, going to be our new backup shooting guard. In terms of the point guard spot now, do we have any sort of rights here on Mario Chalmers? We do not. So we definitely have to keep in mind, I don't know how much he's going to ask for. He obviously is restricted. He wants about $2 million a year, and we just don't have that right now, which is a little bit tricky. A little bit unfortunate. I'm actually going to go 9-man rotation because all these rest of these backups suck. But Chalmers is restricted, so as long as I don't renounce him, I can probably match whatever it is. So we're going to do a 9-man rotation. I'll see you guys at the start of year 2. Last year, we won LeBron his first ring. We won 69 games. It was a fantastic season, but none of that really matters heading into a year 2. But we made some pretty big changes. Obviously, drafting Kyrie Irving number 2 overall, this team is really looking good right now. I mean, that's just the simplest way to say it. It's insane. So rookie Kyrie here at the point guard spot. We have D-Wade still here at the shooting guard. LeBron here at the 3. And then Taj Gibson's actually going to be starting. We saw some regression on Udonis Haslem. You'll see it in just a second. They're actually the same overall, but game wants Gibson to start. He'll start. And then Bosch here at the 5. OJ Mayo, newly acquired, is going to be our 6th man off the bench. Mario Chalmers slides into a bench role. Kind of sucks for him, but it's Kyrie Irving at the end of the day. Haslem slides to the bench as well, 16 minutes a night. And then Bismack Biyombo, who we actually just drafted, is going to be our new backup center. So yeah, man, obviously an incredible addition of Kyrie Irving here to this team. Just an absolutely insane team to think about. I will see you guys at the end of year number 2. I accidentally simmed the whole season and didn't see our record. Like, I was just scrolling through Twitter aimlessly, like I do, like an idiot. But yeah, that's another MVP for LeBron James. I'm assuming we were pretty good. Kyrie was fucking insane. Steven Jackson, Dwight Howard, Brandon Jennings, Eric Spoelstra, 70 and 12. Awesome. This team has, like, the potential to be, like, the greatest team ever, so I would like the greatest record in NBA history. So that'll be my goal heading into year 3. 66 wins for the Oklahoma City Thunder, so they're only 4 behind us. So maybe we're just playing them, a year. Oh, no, this would be the year they play them in real life. Yeah, because the Thunder lost to the Heat this year in real life, right? Unless I'm losing my shit. Yeah, this is just absolutely insane to look at. We see a step back in scoring from Bosch, but that's honestly fine. Kyrie Irving, obviously 21 points in a rookie season is just wild. We faced Atlanta last year in round 2. We faced them in round 1 this time. I honestly don't think anybody's even touching this team, so I'm just going to send through that. Wizards here in the semifinals. You got John Wall, Nick Young, Caron Butler, Andre Blatch, JaVale McGee, Corey Maggette, Gilbert Arenas, Trevor Booker. All right, I mean, this team's good. We do go up 1-0. We go up 2-0, 3-0, and yeah, it's okay. Hang with me. Thank you. It is us and the Bulls here in the Eastern Conference Finals. You got Derrick Rose at a 96. Jason Richardson, you got Luol Deng, Carlos Boozer, Joakim Noah. I actually had the option to sign Jason Richardson, decided not to. Maybe would have been a better signing than Mayo, but nonetheless, we are very happy with our team right now. We are up 2-1. They tie it up 2-2. We go down, and we get bounced. Wow. The Bulls beat us. That is a damn shame. What happened here in the conference finals? LeBron, D-Wade, Chris Bosh. Kyrie took a bit of a step back. Yeah, I mean, that's just a little disappointing. I mean, that's a tough series for Kyrie, kind of. I mean, damn. I wanted 3 in today's video, and we were not able to, but we see Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant getting a ring together. Oh, man, that one stings. I'm not going to lie to you guys. That one definitely does sting a little bit. Oh, wow. So they're going to the Brooklyn Nets. This is the year Bobcats are changing the logo. I don't know when that all happened, but cool. All right, and then draft lottery. We're obviously not going to have a pick here, but let's just sim through it real quick. It is the Raptors, the Pacers, the Bucks, the Suns, and the Houston Rockets. Staff signing. We still have Spo. We're good. Yeah, man, that's disappointing. I would have liked to have made the finals and, won another one, but at a minimum, we have to tie what the Heat did in real life. I mean, we cannot just go out and not win at least two. So we definitely might have to reload a little bit heading into the final season. We'll see what we're going to end up doing here. I don't think any of these players are really going to get any sort of qualifying. And so free agency, do we have any major free agents? Let me just look at the roster right now. We're good at point guard. We're good at shooting guard. So maybe we need an upgrade at the power forward spot. I mean, as you saw, Udonis Haslem regressed, which is a little bit unfortunate. I'm not saying we absolutely had to trade him, but if he's going to continue to regress, it might be kind of the smart thing to do. So I might poke around for a Udonis Haslem trade. I'm not saying I'm absolutely going to do it, but let's see. I'm working on a trade with the Jazz right now. I'm going to see if there's a way for me to pick up Thad Young. I think he'd be an upgrade in the starting lineup, and we do get that deal done there. So he's actually going to be my new starting power forward. Again, I don't think it was 100% necessary to make an upgrade there, but I think it does help heading into the final year. And actually, let me take Mo Spates on this team. He's actually restricted, but I don't know if they're going to match it or not, and they do not. So Mo Spates going to be my new backup power forward. Yeah, I mean, Heat fans might kill me for trading Udonis Haslem, but at the end of the day, I'm going for talent, not loyalty here throughout this video. So yeah, man, 9-man rotation once again. This team is still absolutely insane. I'll see you guys at the start of the third and final regular season. Last season, we won, 70 games, and then came up short against the Chicago Bulls in the Eastern Conference Finals. This season, we went out and made some reinforcements. Obviously, picking up Thaddeus Young, Kyrie Irving is developing quite nicely, and I'm just hoping we have another championship team. We have to at least tie what the Miami Heat did in real life. So Kyrie Irving, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Thaddeus Young, and Chris Bosh. Bench unit's still going to be led by OJ Mayo. You got Mario Chalmers, Mo Spates, and Bismack Biyombo. So I still think this team is very, very good. I don't think there's a reason why we shouldn't be the 1 seed here in the Eastern Conference. We got a 9-man rotation here under Eric Spoelstra, so just got to go out and play well. I mean, that's as simple as it gets. So I'll see you guys at the end of year 3. It is 3 straight MVPs for LeBron James in this video. We go 73-9, which technically speaking would have been the best record in NBA history because, the Warriors hadn't happened yet. So I'm just saying. Anthony Davis is your rookie of the year. He is a Toronto Raptor. They have the #1 overall pick. And yeah, I mean, you drafted a really good player there at #1. Jordan Farmar is your 6th man of the year. He is in Brooklyn. Actually, the whole team's first season in Brooklyn. Dwight Howard is your defensive player of the year. Kevin Hansen, most improved. That just might be a name I don't know, but I'm not familiar with Kevin Hansen. Eric Spoelstra is your coach of the year. So obviously we are feeling good. I'm assuming that's another #1 seed here in the Eastern Conference, and it is. And I mean, we just got to go out and not choke in the playoffs is basically as simple as it gets at this point. So here's a look at the numbers on the season. LeBron, D. Wade, Kyrie Irving, Chris Bosh, Thad Young. I mean, this all looks great on paper, but it all looked great on paper last year. So we got to go out there and prove that year 1 was not a fluke. This Wizards team has a very talented backcourt, I will say, but other than that, there's really not much going on for them. Jesus Christ, how the fuck did that go 7 games? Moving on to the Pacers here. Darren Collison, Jamal Crawford. You got Paul George, Danny Granger, Roy Hibbert, Tyler Hansborough. Yeah, I mean, this Pacers team has a young Paul George that's obviously, an up and rising star, but they're just no match for us. And then a rematch with the team that knocked us off last year in the Eastern Conference Finals, the Chicago Bulls. I mean, we know they're very talented. I want a little bit of revenge this time. We are currently 2-2 with them. We go down 3-2. We force a game 7, and we win. And we are now taking on the defending champs here in the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are definitely a really good team themselves. So can we go out and beat the Thunder? This would be a year after they technically played in real life, if my math is correct. We're up 3-1, and we win in 5. LeBron James, 2nd championship, 2nd career finals MVP. So this one was fun. We obviously put together an insane team. I was a little disappointed we lost in year 2. I think we could have beat the Heat in year 2 like we just did in year 3 if we had beaten the Bulls. Obviously, things did not go our way in year 2, but yeah, I mean, 2 rings. It's what LeBron actually got in Miami. But yeah, so a little sad, a little disappointed, but nonetheless, I had fun. It was a good one to kind of kick off the LeBron era rebuilds with. I know people have been asking for it, and we are finally getting to it. So there's 3 other eras as well, not including the current one right now. So if you guys want me to do rebuilds in those as well, let me know down below in the comment section. But we got all these rebuilds coming historically. We have the Trading Every Player series. We have tons of things coming. I am definitely looking forward to it. So yeah, man, that is it for me. I hope you guys did enjoy the first one of the LeBron era. I know I did. And yeah, that's it. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all on the next one.